Green flags in the air. 25 laps of distance here tonight for the SWDRA late models. And it will be Craig Parker with the early advantage off of turn number 2, followed by John Cornell, Brian Schultz, and Bud Grossenbacher. As Brian Schultz going to try to work his way through the inside through turns 3 and 4. Will be Parker and Cornell, your race leaders, with Schultz, Grossenbacher, and Duckett rounding out your top 5. Now it's going to be Bruce Duckett dropping his nose down the inside of Bud Grossenbacher as they race off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Grossenbacher going to hang on to that 4th spot with Duckett in 5th. Craig Parker, your race leader, by 2 car lengths over John Cornell. Another 4 back to Brian Schultz. 5 back to the 81B of Grossenbacher. Then it's Duckett, James Lang, Steve Stoltz, and Brad Williams. All right there as they go side by side. First battle on the racetrack is for 6. Steve Stoltz, he has that position, but James Lang, look at his inside. He also has the 23 of Brad Williams with him. Steve Stoltz had a heck of a drive here last time out Memorial Day weekend at Arizona Speedway, winning the main event, night number 2 of the 2-night Memorial Day show. Right now trying to hold off James Lang for that 6th position. See if he can't work his way back into the top 5 here in tonight's 25-lap main event. As right now, it's still Craig Parker and John Cornell out front. They have widened the gap between themselves and the L8 of Brian Schultz, the farm boy. Back in the house with the SWDRA late models. Or saw one of his good buddies, Tyler Meckel, just win the IMCA modified main event here at Arizona Speedway. Going to try to do it here tonight. Right now is up. He's in that 3rd spot, looking like a pretty decent car. Of course, had a brand new car for Brian Schultz. Chase Alves drove that car last time they were out here at the racetrack. That's why you still see the 14A up on the lid of the L8 machine. So that's Chase Alves' number. 1 car slow on the front straightaway. That is the 99, Doug Paxson. Looks like his night is done. He's going to make that hard left-hand turn down the infield as 1 car is stopped on the racetrack. That's the 107. Of Kelly Johnson. He'll bring out the yellow flag in the 107 up in turn number 2. Green flag is back in the air. And Brian Schultz trying to get all he can from John Cornell and Craig Parker as Cornell now looks to the inside of the 48 machine of Parker. Teammates duking out for the top spot off of turn number 4. Good will be Craig Parker using the top side. He is your race leader. As 1 car scraped the wall down the front straightaway. Not too sure who that was. Might have been Steve Stoltz in the 78S. He's going to move his way up to the 5th spot over Bruce Duckett and James Lang. So it's going to be Parker, Cornell, Schultz, Grossenbacher, and Stoltz. Your top 5, James Lang in 6th, followed by Brad Williams in 7th. Bruce Duckett takes this car off the racetrack. I believe it might have been the 22B that hit the wall off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. As the field starts to get strung out, single file, everybody using the top line in the top 5 except for James Lang now in the 6th spot. He's catfishing on the bottom side of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Now he'll elect to take the top side of the racetrack with the rest of the top 5. A lot of momentum up there on the high side of the racetrack. Right now, Bud Grossenbacher trying to find some speed, using the middle of that middle lane through turns 3 and 4. Going to go right up to the lip through turns 1 and 2 and follow the L8's tire tracks. Was able to gain some ground on that last time by through 3 and 4 as Doug Paxson takes his car off the racetrack with Parker, Cornell, Schultz, still your top 3. Grossenbacher and Stoltz running 4th and 5th. Then it's Lang and Williams 6th, 7th on the racetrack. Right now, Nate Warren in the 8 car is in 8th. Paul Rios, Brett Hedgeman, your top 10. Your 10 drivers left in tonight's main event as we have the cross flags in the air from the flagman halfway through tonight's 25-lapper. And it's been all Craig Parker. Started this race on the pole, has led every lap so far. As Parker and Cornell work off of turn number 2. John Cornell is going to have a good chance to see if he can't reel in his teammate in the 48 of Craig Parker. As Parker now coming up on some lap traffic. Actually going to get a break there, does Parker, as Paul Rios takes his car off the racetrack in the number 19. Right now has Brett Hedgeman in front of him. He's going to dart down the inside, use the low line to get around the 11 machine of Hedgeman. slide his car up the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. Still your race leader. Cornell will follow suit, go down low to work around the number 11 machine of Hedgeman as well. As Brian Schultz slow off of turn number 2. He's well off the pace down the back straightaway. Looks like he will come to a stop. Yellow flag will fly for the LA of Brian Schultz, who is running in the 3rd spot. So coming to the green flag here once again, just past the halfway point. Green flag is in the air. Craig Parker still your race leader with John Cornell and Bud Grossenbacher in 2nd and 3rd. Bud Grossenbacher, heat race winner earlier on here tonight at Arizona Speedway, trying to work his way around the 28. Not going to happen. There is the 78S of Steve Stoltz and the 89 James Lang. Start working him. So it will be Craig Parker, John Cornell, now Steve Stoltz up to the 3rd spot. The field right now pretty well split apart, as it is Parker, Cornell out front, about 6 car lengths the distance between those top 2 drivers, another 8 back to the 78S of Steve Stoltz. As they come to the start-finish line, it will be 6 laps to go for Craig Parker. John Cornell in the 2nd position with Stoltz in 3rd. Bud Grossenbacher is in 4th. 5th right now is Brad Williams. 6th is James Lang. 7th, Nate Warren. 8th, Brett Hegman getting his lap back after that last yellow flag as the Leroy throws up the 5 fingers up on the flag stand, signaling to the drivers there are 5 laps to go in tonight's main event. And John Cornell with a pretty strong run through 1 and 2 that last time, making up some ground on his teammate in the 48 of Craig Parker. Now John Cornell starting to reel in the backside of that 48 of Craig Parker with 4 laps to go. It was 6 car lengths. It's now down to 2 car lengths. John Cornell, the fastest car of that last lap, with a 16.851 to a 17.079 of Craig Parker. Parker and Cornell race off of turn number 4. That last lap, Cornell was quicker by just a smidge over the 48 machine of Craig Parker. As it will be 2 laps to go as the field comes back to the start-finish line. And Cornell once again faster, but not by much that time, and loses a lot of ground through turns 1 and 2 as Parker drives away now down the backstretch. Craig Parker drives away down the back straightaway as they come off of turn number 4. White flag in the air this time for Craig Parker. Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway they go one final time. John Cornell, one last chance, but it's going to be his teammate, Craig Parker, the 48, picking up the W here tonight's SWDRA late model main event. First thing he asked Jason Babiak if anybody was on him. And it was his teammate as he comes out of the car. Race fans, make some noise. Craig Parker here tonight getting it done in the 48 machine. Comes out, checking the car over, man. Craig, great drive right here tonight, man. You and your teammate there, John Cornell, putting together a great battle. Of course, I get all the Snapchats and pictures and all that stuff. You guys thrashing on your race cars throughout the week, man. How awesome is it to finish 1-2?
It's pretty good. Like you say, it's better when I'm in front, but he thinks the other way. But we had fun, and I think it was a pretty good race there. And I don't know how close he was, but I think he was pretty close, right?
Yeah, he was pretty close there for a few laps. I had some fast laps there coming down to the end, man. But, you cowboyed up there, pulled those belts tight, and got through 1 and 2 just a little bit better. There were 2 to go.
Yeah, I've been killing my right rear tire here, so I ran real hard on the restarts, and then I'd back it down. And then when I kind of felt like I needed to go get a gap before we got to them lap cars, I tried to pick it back up. I don't know if it worked or not.
Hey, seemed to work here tonight for you. I know you got some sponsors you'd like to thank here in Santan Ford Victory Lane.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, my girlfriend, my brother John for all the help, and then ATEC Engineering, my wife, not my girlfriend, MDM Accounting, Klein Engines. Klein does an amazing job with this engine. It's
your girlfriend's jealous up there.
Yeah. It's a really old engine, and Klein really works hard to keep it running for me, and so I got to thank him for that. And then I think that's about it. Thanks, and Bobbi Engle for all her support for our series and this race and this event and our series all year long.
Yeah, definitely a great night. Bobbi Engle, realtor, your realtor with a racing problem, getting it done here tonight for the SWDRA late models, as she does every night.